Now what the hell are you waiting for? After me, there should be no more. So for one last time, nigga, make some noise.
What's up, guys? Today's episode is going to be about drag racing. Why people think that their car should be faster. Some run slower times, some run faster times than they believe that they should. And why not everybody hits the quoted times that manufacturers put out there. First off, where you live is a big factor of what you're going to run. If you live in Colorado and Denver, you're already knocking off 1, maybe 2 seconds, depending on your car, what you're going to run. I mean, you can live at sea level and get the times that most car manufacturers quote, but most of the time when people live at high elevation, you're not going to run near what the quoted times are. I mean, I've watched guys on YouTube running 14 seconds in Hellcats and in Denver, Colorado. I mean, it's just nuts. 11 or 10 second car, most of the time 11 second car, low 11 second car, running 14s at a high elevation because your motor's starving. It's not able to get the air that it needs. It's known fact. If you go up in the mountain and try to run a marathon, you're not going to be, the champ if you're used to running down an elevation, that low elevation. That's why people say like the people that live over like the Himalayas, their lungs get real big or whatever. They can handle it because they're used to high elevation. Same for a car. You're no different than a car. It has a hard time breathing at high elevation. Forced induction does help you. If you have a supercharger or a turbo set up on your car, it's going to help you at high elevation. You're still not going to run the quoted times just because you're forced induction. It's a misleading fact that people think that just because they put a blower in their car, they can go run anywhere at the same time, that they'll run, any place they go. What I've noticed a lot of guys do, their claim for fame is that they live in New Jersey and they go to ATCO and they race at the track at Elko and, middle of winter, close to the winter time, at negative 700, 800 foot DA, and their track's at sea level. And and their running times are very impressive. I'm not knocking those guys. They're fast. No doubt they're fast. Way faster than I could ever run. But they're not on the same level as a lot of guys living on the West Coast or in other places with elevation and bad DAs. If your DA is 5,000, 6,000 feet, 12,000 feet, 10,000 feet, you're knocking off seconds right there off your time. You're not going to run, 11 second car is going to be a 13 second car at 6,000 foot DA. It's just, that's reality. You can't beat guys that are running at, sea level and running at a real low DA, negative DA at that. Also, if you go to the track and you think that your car, if you can't hook on a street, most likely you're not going to hook at the track. They don't put the track's sticky. It's a lot better surface than what it is on a street. But it's not going to be much better at the track on most occasions, unless it's an event. On an event, they'll prep the track. But most like Mayhems and stuff like that, where they do them, like testing tunes, they're not prepping the track for you to be at John Force and run, your fastest time ever. It's just a water burnout that they're putting down, and you pull up and you run on an old surface that was prepped a long time ago. It's not going to be super sticky. So you're not going to get the best traction at the track either. If you can't hook on the street, most likely you're not going to hook at the track unless it's a special event. Those are the facts too. People got to realize, track is not, it's set up for the guys to have fun and legally. It's not set up for you to go out there and put down the best times ever. So when you see quoted times where manufacturers quote, my new car runs 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. That's on a perfectly prepped track. That's on a perfect weather day. And that's probably at sea level or below sea level and running at a negative DA. That's the way it is. Now, you come to Vegas, where I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. You're never going to have a good day at the track unless it's wintertime and it's a very nice day out and it's early morning. That's just proven fact. I've been to the track now for the last year and a half, and you can't hit quoted times. I don't care who you are. In any car, that's stock. And even if your car's modified, I've seen guys with tunes on their cars running E85 that are still ain't getting quoted times that the manufacturer puts out, because that's just reality of the DA and the elevation we're at. We're at 1,800 plus feet elevation, and usually most days you're at over 3,000 foot DA, and on a hot day in the summer you're over 5,000 foot DA. So guys are really knocking off time because it's just the DA and the weather. We can go to Bakersfield, which is 4 or 5 hour drive, maybe 3.5 hour drive. I'm not sure. I haven't been there yet. But my buddy, he runs a low 12. He goes to Bakersfield. He's in the mid 11s. We just changed states, and you can drop your car down in the 11s. That's amazing. That just proves that a DA is that much difference. You know what I mean? I'm not saying Vegas is the worst track to be at either. There's other tracks that are way worse than here. You can go to Denver, like I said, and you'll be a second slower than you are in Vegas. I mean, those are the reality of living in bad weather and living in an elevation. I don't know how the car's feeling bad, like any other elevation. My car feels fast. When it's running in high 12s and it should be a low 12-second car, it feels fast, you know. I don't know how these guys that are in, like, I see the videos on YouTube, some of these big-time YouTubers saying, oh, I changed my tune and now it's running better, or I changed my tune and it's running worse. You changed your tune in the middle of summer. It's not so much your tune, it's the weather you're racing in. I mean, I've seen big-time YouTubers posting this stuff about they got to go get their car retuned. They can't figure out why their car's not running right because the track that they're at, usually spending time at, when they were running, it was wintertime, and you were running good times because it was colder in the weather, colder in the summer. I mean, in winter than it was in the summer. Your car's not any different. You're just running worse now because it's hot out and your humidity's higher, or your DA's worse. But you tell them that, and then they act like that's nothing. And then all of a sudden, they'll start posting videos of DAs now. Now all of a sudden, they're the track king, and they're posting now their DA when they run. Because instead of giving some people some credit, instead of talking down to them, now they want to post their DAs and say, oh, well, yeah, it is the DA. You know, maybe it is the weather it's in. But then you still get some of these guys out there saying that they're changing their tune to get their car to run faster. Your tune isn't going to help you run faster and DA at your same track. It's going to be the same no matter what. But you can keep on paying your tuner to retune your car if you pay them. I don't know if you do or not. But that's the reality is you're in just bad weather. Wait for it to cool down a little bit, or hit it in early in the morning and see what you'd run. I like doing my runs on my meter on my car. The meter is pretty cool. You have a built-in meter in your car. You go out and run it during the day on a hot day, and then go early in the morning that next day and see what you run. I guarantee you're going to knock time off because early morning hits and a low DA. Check your DA, and you're going to have better times. It's easy to see that just by downloading an app on your phone, the air density app, it's free, how much better your car will run with just DA. You know what I mean? Just a change in DA and a change in temperature will be great. And I have a lot to thank to my neighbor guy that I met at the racetrack. I have a lot to thank to my neighbor guy that I met at the racetrack. He taught me about the DA. He's the one who told me about DA. I mean, I used to race a long time ago and never knew nothing about DA. Didn't really care about temperatures. I just always ran my car and thought that's the way it was. But he's the one at the track started telling me, oh, the DA's real high. It's really bad, the DA today. I mean, we'd look, it's 5,500 feet, 5,900 feet. And my car, my 18 was running 13s at the time, you know, and I was getting pissed. It's middle of summer, it's 115 degrees out, and it's 5,900 foot DA, and my car's running like 13.1, 13 flat. And my car's quoted at 12.1 from factory, you know what I mean? It's quoted by many magazines showing that they're running 11.8s, 11.9s, you know, guys putting tires on running 11.8s, 11.7s. And here I am running 13s. And I was like, I got ripped off. My car's slow. Come to find out, my car wasn't slow after all. It was just the DA was bad. And when wintertime came around, I was down at 12.2, 12.4s all day long. You know, mornings I'm running the 12.2, middle of the day I'm running 12.5, 12.6, 12, you know, high 12, low 12.7s. I mean, the car was really performing the way they said it would. It was just all about the DA. So people got to realize it's not always the car's fault. It's not always your fault. It's not always driver error. It's not the driver mod. It's just the bad weather. And Mother Nature's taking her best and putting it in your, you know, handing it to you. Mother Nature's really laying it on you hard. So wait till wintertime comes around, guys. Don't beat yourself up over your car's times, and go out to the track and run when your track, the last day your track's open in the wintertime, hit the track then and practice before you get there on starting out, because a lot of it has to do with your launch and how your car's leaving the line. You can tell a lot by a trap speed and your 60-foot time, which is going to be. I'm still learning a lot of this stuff. I'm not an expert in drag racing at all. I don't claim to be an expert, but you can spend some time at your track. You'll learn a lot about racing, and let's talk to the older folks that are there that raced for years. You know what I mean? And a lot of them are really cool guys. They'll teach you a lot, and they'll tell you a lot of things, and you'll be able to learn. You know, maybe lower the air pressure in your tires, raise them up a little bit, get more mile an hour out of your car by raising, you know, putting more air in your tire. But you don't want to spin. That's the main thing. Spinning is not winning. You're not going to win a race if you're spinning tires. So this is it for today. This is the talk about DA and temperatures, and hopefully you guys liked it. If you have any questions, I mean, you're better off to ask the guys, like I said, at the track, because I'm not an expert in this field, but I'm still learning along the way. But I'm glad to share what I could with you guys, just so you guys see how it is. I'm not in my car today. I'm out in the work truck, so I'll probably be posting this one, and you guys will see it. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the content, and see you guys at the next one.